So let's start this Yin class by coming down onto bolsters, making sure the equipment's really close in behind the buttocks, and ease the body down. Propping under the head if the chin juts up. We want to try and keep the chin down, back of neck long. Arms out comfortably wide. Turn the palms up, gesture of openness and receiving. Feel the front body lifted and open. Down into the hips and down through the legs and into the feet. Let them drop away, let there be a softening. And take some slow, steady breaths in and out. A few cleansing breaths, lifting through the body, and then just sigh the breath out and soften. 2 more. And the last exhalation for you, simply soften. The feet drop out, the leg muscles surrender. Again, up to the hips and pelvis, what's the feeling, balanced or different? From the hips to the shoulders, feel the front body lifted. And feel the front shoulder open, feel how the shoulders drop around the side of the bolster. The arms out comfortably wide, palms turn up. Chin gently tucks down, elongate the back of the neck. And then let go, surrender. We're not wanting to change the breath here now, we simply want to surrender. Feel there's a letting go. Notice where it is for you tonight. And is there a full body awareness? So noticing if there's any sensations, any tingling or numbness you feel through the body. A full body focus. What do you notice? Next exhalation for you, press out through the heels. Then bend the legs up, soles of feet together, knees drop. If you've got blocks, cushions, towels handy, you might want to prop them under the side of the hips, legs, your choice. Just to allow the weight of the legs to be supported, that feeling of dropping, the inner thighs lengthening. Feeling where that's comfortable for you. Let the arms reach back, reach for the elbows, the wrists, the cup of the hands, or just long arms. So we're not forcing a stretch, we're just holding on and opening, creating more length, more opening through our front body. And let yourself breathe into these feelings. So we're not pushing and pulling, we're just surrendering and softening. Again, this sense of the body propped, supported, opening. Conscious of the breath and conscious of the whole body. If you are holding on one of the elbows, wrists, hands, then simply just change sides, holding the unnatural side. Notice if there's any difference. Notice around shoulders, joints, protect where you need to. Soften and open where we can. So we're not straining the body, no pressure, allowing there to be a surrendering. Breath natural. How are those hips and legs feeling? Are they starting to drop away? Front body opening, chest, shoulders opening. Surrendering mindfully in. So important for our well-being to have these times of stillness, being able to surrender, being able to let go. Next inhale for you, simply let the arms stretch out long behind you. Bring them all the way down around beside you. Palms turn up. If there's any aggravation in the legs, readjust slightly. If it's the back, tuck the tailbone, slide off the equipment slightly. A few more moments, surrendering completely. Then when you are ready to release, move this equipment out from under the legs, roll to your right side if there's any back issues, or simply push straight up. Bring the legs out into your long diamond shape in front of you and let your body roll forward, counterposing, being over the bolster. If you wish to, put the bolster in front of the body and lean over it, so no single muscle or any part of the spine is under any tension. Chin tucking in, shoulders rolling broad. Surrender in. Again, no pulling at the lower back to sacroiliac joints. No straining of the back of the neck. And let yourself surrender, soften and be. So we find this first point of resistance. Let the whole body soften. If it's too intense, you're still fidgeting, trying to get comfortable, then that's when props are handy, supporting where you need, surrendering where you can. Remember, in posture, full body focus. So we're trying not to collapse or hang into any particular joint, especially the neck here. Make sure the chin is tucked in and up, or even prop the forehead and protect. Notice where the changes occur, where softenings occur. Conscious breaths, not letting the mind wander, no stories, staying present in the moment. . Last exhale for you, and then roll up slowly, vertebra by vertebra, chin tucked in all the way. Hold around those knees or shins once you're upright, lifting the spine nice and tall. Try not to overextend the spine, try not to roll out. Can it be neutral curves? And then tilt the right ear down. Remember where you can with the neck, no forcing. Being gentle, and if the neck's not happy, bring the chin down and in some more, protecting. Breathing into this feeling. Feeling is there any softening or any releasing that might occur. We're not tensing, we're not overworking. Inhale, the head centers, second side. Left ear down, right ear up. Again, conscious breaths into the feelings. If the neck's not happy on this side, bring the chin down and in more, and just being careful and gentle. Inhale, the head centers. Bring the chin all the way around to the right shoulder, tuck down and in. So again, not forcing the neck, more of a twist on the neck, being gentle. So again, we feel that first point of resistance, and just let yourself breathe here. Noticing, is there any surrendering, any releasing or softening? And slowly we bring the chin down to center chest. Nice and gentle with the neck. Keep the chin gently tucking in and up towards back of neck. And then inhale, we lift the head all the way to neutral. Bring the chin around to your left, tuck down and in. Again, being gentle. Breathing into feelings. And slowly the chin to center chest. Again, make sure the chin is pressing back and up, not sliding down the sternum. Protect your neck. And noticing, is there any feeling of lengthening and broadening down the neck, across the back of the shoulders, the upper neck, lower neck? What do we feel? And then inhale, we gently bring the head up to neutral. Let the arms sweep around to the right. Everything's slow. Remember, slow transitions, turning and looking towards the right. Can we feel our back of our body rotate? The body, the belly, the front body, the chest and shoulder, and looking back to where you can. So no forcing. We feel the first point of resistance and we hold here. Keep breathing into this feeling. So this first point of resistance that we feel in the twist, we might not twist any further so much, but perhaps we get softening, releasing. And last exhale for you, slowly release out. Inhale back to center. Second side, rotate around to your left. Bring the arms around. Can you feel the back body come around? The front body, the chest, the shoulder, and looking back to where you can. And then conscious breaths. And again to this second side, we might not move much further, but is there a sense of releasing? Is there a sense of opening and softening? So this first point of resistance softens, maybe a little more twist might occur, maybe not. Just breathing, feeling, focusing inward. And then exhale fully. Come all the way back to center. Nice and slow. Bring those legs up. They've been there a while. Give them a shake out. Give them a rub down. Roll shoulders. Mobilize the neck wherever you need to. And then bend the legs up as much as you need. You can even put blocks under the backs of the thighs or legs. Reach forward and let your body surrender to the legs as best you can. So again, you're going to feel this first point of resistance, where the back body doesn't want to go any further, and then just soften there, not forcing. If you're falling out in the lower back, please prop the hips up so you're not overstretching the lumbar spine. And again, protect the back, the vulnerable parts, lower back and neck. Prop and support where you need to. Can we feel a surrendering here? Quietening in. And so remember, it's not going to that end degree of motion, it's finding that first point of resistance and softening with that. And then the body surrenders, and then it comes in a little bit deeper. So the only times we move in these yin practices is when the body either invites us in, or we've built heat and tension and friction and the body wants to come out. So you get that neural feedback, the shaking, there's heat and tension building in the body. So in the yin we stay completely still. It's the cooling, the aspects of surrendering, the moon aspects of cooling the system, rather than the yang, the sun which heats. We want to cool the system, calm down, turning the focus in. Where do you notice the surrendering? Where can you feel the lengthening? So you haven't forced yourself into a position and then the body just grips and hangs on, and then there's that neural feedback of shaking as you try and hold and the body becomes tight and hard. We do it the other way. We're just softening gradually. We feel how the body releases and allows us to come in further. And then if you prop yourself, you might need to take a prop away. If there's no point of resistance, that first point, then we release it out and take it a bit further. Again, noticing where that is for you. These forward folds are intense, so remember being gentle. And remember, it takes time. The more time, the better, that we can surrender. Peeling away those layers, tension layers peeling away, so we can surrender in. It's a slow release out. Use your hands if you need assistance. Push away from the floor as you bring your body up and out of the posture. Nice and gentle. Come to be tall, sitting neutral spine. Give yourself a moment to recalibrate the balancing of the body with the head situated above the shoulders again. When you're ready, simply shoulder rolling, mobilizing the back, the legs, wherever you need to, a bit of mobilization. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend the right leg in, but you're going to take it opening out as much as you can. So you're going to take the right knee out behind you as much as you can, opening and keeping your left leg long. So again, if your knee and hip isn't quite so open, you might want to put equipment underneath that right leg, supporting it if necessary. And then we take the left hand down our left leg, and then we're taking the right arm out to the right. We're going to lift the right arm up and bring it over beside the ear, and then we're just letting the body drop towards this left leg. So if you've got a sore right shoulder, you might prefer to bring the arm down around behind the back, and then it'll open up down through that shoulder, tilting the head further down, tucking the chin down and in, protecting, or keeping the arm over for a few more breaths. It's like a weight, giving you more length, opening that right side body. So wherever it feels okay for you, remember no single joint under any strain. So just breathing into this feeling, lengthening and opening where we can, releasing. We might get more release, we might soften in, going deeper. But again, that's when the body invites us in, not forcing. Let yourself breathe into these feelings. Remember being gentle, listening to the cues, feeling the feedback that the body gives you. So if there's shakiness, heat and tension building, you ease out, you prop and make a change. And then if it's softening and releasing, then you go in deeper. Otherwise, completely still. Breathing, witnessing feelings, changing in each moment. So maybe the body's going to start to roll down and forward slightly. That's okay. Remember, don't resist it. If the body starts to drop in and roll in further, just take it where it wants to go. Don't resist it. Find the energy to go with the body wherever it wants to go to get to the releasing. And then you can bring that right arm out in front of you beside that left leg and just use it for support. Noticing if the body's starting to roll further down, the chest coming down towards the mat. Feeling as they're lengthening and stretch down that right side back body, right side hip and leg. And remember, we've been here for a while, so use the hands to assist you, coming all the way back up and out. Notice how that feels around that right side, back hip, shoulder, body, and just give yourself a moment being still. Letting the body recalibrate and balance again. Remember, no forcing. When you're ready, roll shoulders, maneuver neck, bring the leg out, do whatever you need to do, shake out, roll out. And then when you're ready, the second side. So the left leg's going to bend in, you're going to take that left knee out behind you as wide and as far back as you can, opening up, keeping the right leg long. Right hand slides down the right leg, left arm out behind you. Inhale the arm up and over and along beside the ear, as if you're reaching towards your right foot. So again, notice how this feels. If this left shoulder, neck is sore, left arm comes around behind the back, turn the face down towards the floor, and just give yourself time to soften. So we listen to the body. The biofeedback it gives us from holding and surrendering. No straining, no gripping, no heat. Cooling, softening, letting go. Finding these lengths, finding these openings, and notice where they are for you. Listening to the intelligence of the body, what cues it gives us. I'm not forcing, not going beyond, but feeling the releasing, the letting go. And again, the body might start to roll down and in more. So if so, let it go to wherever it's going. That left hand might need to come forward and use it as a proper support when and if you need. Remember, it's finding that edge and then softening. Is there surrendering? Is there breath? Always using the breath as the feedback. If there's no breath, you're too deep. Prop support. If you're fidgeting, release, prop and support. And when you're ready, use those hands, push away from the floor, coming up nice and slow. And then notice how it feels down that left side, back, hip, side body. Lift yourself up to be neutral and no rush. Just let yourself be. No forcing. And then when you're ready, legs out comfortably wide. So position yourself, legs out comfortably wide. Once you're there, make sure you're not falling out through the back of the pelvis. So after the side stretches, coming forward to balance. Bend the legs as much as you need, prop if you need. Sit the bottom up on something to help tilt anteriorly with the pelvis. Hands behind or in front. Bolster or equipment in front if you need. And just let yourself come forward, surrendering. Again, find that first point of resistance and then surrender into it. And then noticing where the body goes to. Let there be breath. That first point of resistance and surrender into it. Is there any softening? Is there any releasing? Full body awareness, where is it for you? Remember, we find that first point of resistance and then we soften. And then perhaps deeper and soften. And again, deeper and soften. No pushing or pulling, learn to surrender. Listening to the feedback from the body, not overriding it. Last exhale for you, and then walk the hands in. Use the hands, push away from the floor, coming all the way back up to sit, vertebra by vertebra. Again, give yourself a moment just to feel the length through the body. Neutral spine, sitting tall. Roll out, shake out, adjust it where you need to. Stay still, however that feels best for you. When you're ready, and use your right hand, pick up the inside edge of the right leg and bring the right foot across to your inner left leg. Right foot to inner left thigh, and then hands to the right leg, right hand behind you. And again, an easy rotation around to your right. Not forcing, just allow the shoulders, chest to rotate. Keep breathing. So again, there might not be much more rotation, but is there a surrendering? Is there a softening? Can the eyes be still? Can we feel the breath in and out? And slowly releasing back in front. Once you do, take the right leg out wide. Lift from the inside edge of that left leg, left foot to the inner right thigh, and then twisting around to your left. Looking around behind your left shoulder. And again, feeling the rotation. Noticing is one side easier than the other. Spine lifting and gentle rotation. Remember, we're not forcing. We're listening to the body. We feel that first point of resistance. And then conscious breaths into this feeling. No pushing or pulling, but rather breathing, being aware. All the way out. Once you have, just bring the legs out in front of you. Shake out, roll out again slowly, not forcing, not rushing. And when you're ready, just making sure the equipment's off the yoga mat. Come down to lay on the front body when you're ready, transitioning into Sphinx. So in your time, front of the body onto the yoga mat. Elbows underneath shoulders or a little bit further in front if you need. Any pinching in the lower back, tuck the tailbone or pull the lowest rib in and out. Otherwise, a gentle holding and just feel a natural dropping of the spine into its natural curve. Feeling if there's any pinching, any imbalances, adjust around pinching or tightness, surrendering and softening to where we can. Give yourself the time here. Not needing to take it further or deeper at this stage, but can we feel a surrendering? It's easy for you and you've got more mobility. There's no point of resistance. Lower the chest, slide the hands in closer to the chest, and then come up higher, more to a cobra position. Again, make sure there's no pinching in the lower back, no pivot point. There's more of a nice curve through the back. Breathing into it. If you've come too high, lower down, shoulders back. So it's a little bit of strength work through the upper body, holding it to where you can. Again, noticing, balanced or different, what are the feelings here for you? No pivot point, make sure there's a nice curve. Now when you're ready to release out, ease the front body onto the mat. Bring your easy side, knee up beside you, so your natural side, pull that knee up beside you, opposite arm sweeps around to rest the forehead or head, and look to the same side that you brought the knee through. Give yourself a moment here, softening. knowing that the lower back's being lengthened and around this glute on the leg that's bent up, being elongated. Give yourself some time just surrendering. When you're ready, take that leg back and change sides. So sweep the opposite leg up, bring it up as high as you're comfortable to do. Then the opposite arm to rest on, looking to the same side with the knee that's bent up. Your sore arms and shoulders, just adjust it to where you can and surrender. So now this lower back on this side being elongated around that glute, being lengthened, and surrender, soften. Exhale, we're going to release that leg band. Come back to be centered on the mat. Put the hands in next to the chest and push, taking the buttocks all the way back to the heels in child pose. So forehead resting, put a block there or the bolster there if it doesn't reach the mat. Arms back beside the feet, palms turn up. Let the shoulders drop around each side of the legs. Buttocks back to heels as far as you're comfortable to do. Surrender into child pose. Really just enjoy it, softening, surrendering completely. Rolling the body into a ball-like shape. And just really feel the softening and enjoy the broadening and the lengthening. Use the hands if you need to, press them down beside the knees. Chin stays tucked in and roll your back up nice and slow. Vertebra by vertebra to come to kneeling at the back end of your mat. Feeling length through the spine as you come up. And if you're not comfortable sitting back on the buttocks, put the block in underneath in between the legs or your bolster and sit on it. Bring the right arm across in front of the body and then the left arm in front of that. Shoulders stay sealed down in the back, broaden the shoulders, full forearm wrap if you wish to. Round the back out, find that first point of resistance and breathe. Chin tucks in and up, back of neck long, and breaths are flowing. Remember that first point of resistance. And then if it eases off, take it deeper. Let the arms unravel. Roll the spine up. Really slowly, really gentle. All the way to neutral. Be completely still or mobilized at your choice. And then when you're ready, left arm across in front of the body and right arm in front of that. Roll the shoulders broad, full forearm wrap if you wish to. Wherever that first point of resistance is, chin tucks in. Roll the back out and breathe into that space, gently opening. Noticing where it is on the second side. Remember the vulnerable parts, especially the neck, not hanging. Make sure the chin tucks. There's elongation and protection. The arms unravel and again slowly bring the spine all the way up to neutral. And once you're all the way up, again give yourself a moment being still, mobilize if you prefer. When you're ready, hands beside the legs. Can you roll over the feet, bring the buttocks up to the ceiling, feet hip distance parallel. Hold your elbows and surrender down into your forward fold. So legs bent, ribs on thighs. Now if it's difficult, you might want to have the bolsters or blocks handy and just rest the hands on the blocks and lift the body a little more in front perhaps. Or you might like to completely surrender, holding those elbows and lengthening. Remember, legs bent, ribs on thighs to protect, so you're not jamming, not forcing or overstretching lower back. It's protected. And we want the hamstrings stretching and lengthening, noticing where it is. Keep breathing. Again, we feel these first points of resistance, and then are we able to soften? Is there lengthening and releasing that occurs? Can you feel gravity pulling the upper body longer? Remember, really protect that back. If it's too much, rest out of it, come down to knees. Let the arms drop, walk the hands around to the right just as far as you can. Feel that first point of resistance and surrender there. Not trying to force the body. Second side, hands around to your left. Again, just feeling that first point of resistance, no forcing. Come back to being centered. Let backs of hands drop to the mat beside the feet. Are you any deeper in, surrendering in? And then lift the head and chest, hands in front. Can you lift your heels off the mat? Bend down into the knees, coming down as deep as the joints will allow you. Being up on the balls of the feet, coming up higher through the body. Could you put the hands at prayer position for a moment? If it's too much on the feet, up and down on them a little bit, up and down where you need. And then we're coming down to rest when you're ready to. Moving equipment off to the side. Lay your body down on the mat and coming into Shavasana to finish tonight. So bringing the body into Shavasana. Legs out comfortably long. Arms out comfortably wide. Turn the palms up, a gesture of openness and receiving. Give yourself a few moments to settle, to soften, to let go completely. And then being conscious of your breath. Just feeling the breath in and out of your body. Gentle, natural rhythm. On your next exhalation, slide down through your legs, out through your feet, up through your toes, and feel as there's spaciousness and length in and around the toes. From your toes, drop down into the arches of your feet. Notice any sensations in the arches of the feet. From the arches of the feet, come into the ankle. Noticing any sensations in and around the ankles. From your ankles, slide up the shins into the knees. And is there any spaciousness in and around the knee joints? From the knees, slide up the femur, the bone of the upper leg. Come into the hips. Is there any spaciousness in and around your hips? Bring your awareness into the pelvis. the bowl-like shape of the pelvis, and sit into the spaciousness of the pelvis. Then bring your awareness down to the tip of the tailbone. And from your tailbone, glide slowly up along the spine, vertebra by vertebra, feeling length between each of the vertebrae, all the way up to the top of the neck. Keep it slow, keep journeying along the spinal curves. Notice the feelings. And then when you're ready, bring your awareness into your rib cage area. And can you sit into the spaciousness within your ribs? Then bring your awareness forward to the sternum. Slide your awareness up the sternum and then out along each collarbone to your shoulders. Slide down the upper arms into the elbows. And is there any spaciousness in and around the elbow joints? And then slide down the forearms into the wrists. And any spaciousness in and around the wrists. Slide down into the hands through fingers and thumbs. And feeling is there any spaciousness in and around the fingers and the thumbs. And slide your awareness back up the inside edge of arms, all the way to underarms. And soften. From the underarms, come up the back of the neck, elongate by tucking the chin. And then exhale, soften. Feel the bottom jawline drop and release. And then come up to sit into the middle of the head, in the middle of the cranium. And rest into the spaciousness here. Keep breathing. Resting into the spaciousness in and up around the middle or top of head in the cranium. Notice how you feel resting into the spaciousness. if the mind has wandered, can we bring it back to breath? Can we start to gradually lengthen and deepen the breaths? As those breaths deepen, can we start to rub thumbs and fingers and wriggle toes? Open and close hands and flex feet back and forth. Circle joints, ankles and wrists, full rotations. And then opposite direction in your time. When you're ready, stretch the arms up and over, reach out long, and sigh and soften. Twice more, stretching on inhales, softening with exhales. And then the last stretch for you, bend your legs up, roll to your right. Move slowly to come up and sit when you're ready. If you're falling out through the back, please prop the hips up. Give yourself a moment to sit tall. When you're ready, turn the left palm up in front of the body. Curl the right fingers in and extend the right thumb up. And rest the right hand in the palm of your left hand. Tuck the chin in, close the eyes. It's known as Shiva, Linga, Mudra. A balancing of the masculine and feminine energies within the body. As we sit into our foundations, Muladhara, base chakra. Feeling, is there a steadiness? Is there balance? Surrendering in. Last exhalation for you, and then let the arms sweep wide and up. Connect the hands together and touch to the forehead. As we move through life with thoughtfulness. Touch the hands to the lips as we move through life. We have kind words. And bring the hands to the heart. As we move through life, we have compassion and we have kindness. Namaste. Fold the body, stretch long, surrender forward. Be still or rock it out, however that feels for you to finish. And then when you're ready, rolling up and finishing in your time.